writing a story right now, and the writer asked me, he said, Vernon, so this character that you're providing is based on this story. What is it about this? What is it about this character, right? What are the things that he went through when he was young? Like, what are the things that he was afraid? Like, do you have any things that he was afraid to, like, if I ask him a question right now, what was he embarrassed about when he was younger, right? Like, you know, maybe he bleached his hair. Maybe he bleached his hair when he was younger because he was in love with this girl, but she only liked guys who had white hair, blonde hair. You know what I mean? Not blonde hair, but bleached hair. So now he bleached his hair, right? It's just like the little things. It's all the little things when you build up this character. If you make the character one dimensional, then he's not going to be an attractive character. Mm-hmm. So basically, I'm saying that you want to have something big about this character, then you want to build up all the little things about this character everything. Everything about this character has to be there. It has to be so many different dynamics to this character for him to be special. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you. That's what we're working on right now, building multi-dimensional characters.
Right.
All right, guys. What other questions do we have?
So following up the question about characters, how did you get your idea about the characters?
How you get ideas about the characters? Think about your real life right now. Think about all the people that you know. So basically what you're doing when it comes to these characters, you're thinking about the people that you know in life, in real life. Like your mom's different from your dad, your best friend's different from your other friend down the road. So you look at them and you get ideas from them. What is this guy like versus the next guy? What is he like versus your uncle, right? You know what I mean? So you're taking all these different traits because everybody's different. We all have our different personalities. So you're basically taking these personalities from these different people and you're creating characters.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Who else? May, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not about characters, but what is your favorite thing about being in this industry?
My favorite thing about being in this industry is I get to meet some cool people. I get to meet people who are like-minded, people that I can brainstorm with and get ideas from. And most importantly, I get to meet people like myself. Like as an artist, we're different, right? We're wired differently. We think differently. We're into so many different things. We're very creative. And we're just we're vulnerable. We're susceptible. You have to be susceptible in this industry in order to be a creator, right? So that's what I like about it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Vernon, how do you think writers should deal with criticism? Because as writers, we create this script that we feel so attached to, and then we give it to others to read.
Oh,
and we hear comments.
Oh, here we go. Everyone has an opinion, right?
Yes.
I just think you take the feedback and you just make it better. Whatever you hear people saying, if you're getting coverage on your script and whatever information you're getting, you just take it, you accept it, and just put the free information into your script and make it better. You know, so. But it's cool. You just have to have tough skin. Everyone's always I come from a world where I've been criticized all my life, you know, in sports. So, you just have to have tough skin and being able to just take it all in and accept it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Other questions, guys?
How do you start in the film industry? Let's say you kind of like, you think you know what you want to do, you know if you want to be a director and an actor. Like, what do? You just Google film industries are hiring? Or do you like go up straight to Hollywood or what?
Good question.
Yeah, so your question is how do you figure out what you want to do? Is that safe to say?
Well, that and kind of how do you begin? Like how do you find
get your foot in the door?
And stuff.
Yeah, getting your foot in the door, depending on what you want to do. First I tell everyone, getting your foot in the door with something, you immerse yourself in whatever it is. If you're into acting, right? What are the proper steps to being an actor? You find a manager, you find an agent, right? And you go to different events where you meet different people. And then all of a sudden you have this person, that person, this person, that person, then all of the pieces are coming together this person might over here might have a project for you. This person here has a project for you. And next thing you know, you're doing exactly everything that you set out to do, right? It's just being in the space, immersing yourself in the space and allowing the law of attraction to go to work for you, right? It just happens. It just happens. Like you put the work, you put the time into whatever it is that you want to do, it's going to just like, it's like one of those things, everything, it just comes right back around to you and you'll be right where you want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like we discussed, the power of networking. So wherever you're working, wherever you're going to get that foot in the door, your first position, maybe as a PA or maybe even as an extra on set, you just have to be your best. You have to make sure that people notice how hardworking you are. And people might start inviting you more and more. And that's how you just get going. You collaborate on student projects. You try to collaborate with promising students, and then you start getting better and better at it, and you get there. If you're hardworking and if you're committed, you're gonna get there. So, all right, who do we have next? Other questions? May, I think you had a question before Sasha.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, besides your own life, where do you get an inspiration? Like, do you watch movies or like read poetry? I don't know.
Yeah, I watch movies. I think movies are great, but the stories really come from just talking to people, hearing other stories. And I mean, I feel like every movie that we watch comes from real life, you know? So I think it's just like a combination of all those things, like watching movies, listening to people talk, and just your experience in life will give you ideas.
Yeah. Remember how we talked again about networking, that when we network, we concentrate on listening about the person, because we learn so much more by listening than by talking. And that's how we get a lot of inspiration as writers, by learning about people. Sasha?
What is your favorite project that you've worked on in this industry?
My favorite project that I worked on in this industry, I'm going to have to say probably my life story that I'm working on right now. I started developing it about 4 years ago. I'm still working on it. I think it's a phenomenal award-winning script. It's going to be great once it's all done.
Was there like a movie that started this whole career, like that motivated you all the time? That was it just like the best movie for you, like that motivated you to go?
So
movie
the
that
favorite film, yeah.
Here?
Yeah, favorite film. I'd probably say, not particularly. I say not particularly a film. I would say the actors. There were actors who really motivated me to do what I'm doing, who inspired me, and that's where I got a lot of my inspiration from, through those guys.
Who are the actors?
Of Sidney Poitier, Will Smith, The Rock.
Yeah.
Who else do I love? I love who else? Will Ferrell. He's one of my favorite actors. Yeah, I can go on and on. I can go on and on and on.
Those are great.
Adam Sandler. He's another good one. I have so many guys that I really grew up watching and that I love, who really inspired me to do what I'm doing.
Yeah. Oh, they're amazing actors and fantastic films they worked on. So I definitely share that passion. Yes, go ahead, Victoria.
What is the hardest part of creating the script?
The hardest part of creating the script, I think the hardest part of creating the script is coming up with, working from I want to say the different phases of the script. The first piece, the second piece, and the third piece. I like to do it like that. Just putting it all together, bringing the whole entire story together. The outline. First, I like to come up with the outline. I just came up with an idea with a friend of mine, and it's about this kid who goes from a professional athlete to all of a sudden now he's the world's greatest ballroom dancer. Right? You don't see that too much. Actually, I've never seen it in my life. But this story, I took pieces of my life and I put it into this story. I was like one of the best athletes in my hometown. So now this kid is the best athlete in his hometown. I was on Dancing with the Stars. So now I related that to this guy. But then there's some pieces in there that I'm not too familiar with that I got from just different films, different movies. But yeah, but the way we make this story, the way we make the story different based on coming up with this entire feature, this entire story that we have is, like I said, it goes back to the character. What things can you get out of the character to make him multidimensional? That way you have a character that people will remember for a lifetime, right? So that's very important. But yeah, that's the hardest part about coming up with a story, is just getting the outline to a format where you really love it, right? And you have a great story and you're telling it the right way, where you're captivating the audience.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Other questions, guys? Think of it. Oh, there you go, May.
Well, being that you already kind of achieved success, what would you like to try or maybe achieve next in the future?
Yeah, my thing to achieve next, I want to be the best at what I'm doing. I love to be the best at whatever I'm doing. There's a difference between being good and being great. The ones who are good, you're natural. They're in most cases they're natural. They have natural ability and they'll rely on that natural ability. They just they go through the motions and they do what they have to do and they just keep going. But the ones who are great, they continue to listen to people, to their predecessors, people who are ahead of them, who's been there and done that. They continue to do their research. They stay up late at night working on the craft. They do all these different things where you look at it and you're like, are they crazy? And you look at this person and you say, gosh, they're really passionate about what they're doing, right? That's a person that's on the verge of being great, right? And I'll tie everything back into football. And I'll give you an analogy. When I was playing football, I was considered one of the best players in the league, but I didn't stop doing what I did when I first started, right? I stayed out. I made sure when everyone was gone, I was still out in the field catching passes, right? I was the first one in the building to work to really work and work at the craft, work out, get stronger, get better. That's someone that's on the verge of being great. He's not stopping. He's continued to go.
Yeah. Very good. Very inspiring. So guys will always aim for greatness, and that's the scripts that really make it. Artie, you had your hand up.
What kind of script ideas do you like? What kind of two questions. What genres do you mostly like to write about, and what kind of ideas do you get?
I like to write about drama. I like drama. I really love drama. I feel like our lives are just all drama along the way. There's always something with our family, with our friends, this, that, it's all drama. I love writing about drama. I think if it's the specific genre that you feel like you're really in tune to, I think you should just go with that. Just start with that. And then eventually you'll probably, filter out and start doing more. You definitely want to make sure that you can do all, hit all facets when it comes to, drama, action, everything. You don't want to limit yourself, but it's good to start with what you really love.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next question, guys. May.
Yeah. So what do you do when you write something and you really like it, but then you just wake up one day and realize, oh my God, I'm writing a crap. So what do you do if you really like the idea, but you know that you can't make anything better out of it? Do you just give it up and start something new?
I think if you like an idea, when it comes to writing the script, you mean?
Yeah. I think May's trying to say, what do you do with self-doubt when you write it and you first think it's great, but then self-doubt kicks in and you're not so sure anymore?
Yeah.
I think it's a challenge for many writers, May. So don't feel alone in this.
Yeah, I think. I think you. Doubt is always going to hit us. Doubt is always going to hit us. But if it's something that you're really passionate about and you love it, you love what you have in mind, and you think it could work, don't worry, because there's someone here and there's someone there This person's telling you can do it. This person's telling you you're not going to do it. And it's the one that you pay attention to that will win, right? So you can't let them win you over. Well, you want to let the positive side win you over, because that's where you always want to be, because it's just all in your imagination. Everything that we think and everything that we believe don't always happen that way, especially when it comes to a negative thought. It never happens the way we see it. When self-doubt comes in, like if something may come in your mind and it's like, hey, you're not going to write this is not going to be the best, this is not going to be a good script, right? But then it turns out to be a great script, right, after you're finished with it. So it never shapes out the way our mind tells us that it's going to shape out. So you just gotta stay positive, stay optimistic about it, and just know that everything that you do is going to work out. So just keep the faith.
Yes, thank you. All right, who else do we have?
Have you ever almost given up?
Oh my gosh, yes, almost 1,000 times. 1,000 times I've always wanted to give up.
Yeah,
it's normal. It's natural. It's a natural human instinct to want to give up, because what happens is that when something happens in our life that we don't like, or it just makes us feel bad, or it makes us feel ashamed, or it makes us feel like we just can't do something. You know what I mean? We naturally want to just give up. But that's why there's a constant fight, constant battle that's going on in our mind. And it's the ones who excel, and the ones that people write about in their history books, and the ones that we look at and we want to be just like that person. They went through the same thing that you're going through, but guess what? They kept going. They didn't give up. They kept fighting, and they didn't let this doubt and this crazy part of their imagination cause them to fail, right? But failing is always good. You can always fail in life. Failing is there to allow you to be better, because if you fail, you're not going to want to go back to that same spot. It gives you like an extra, just like an extra piece of just like ability, right? And I say that because you just get an extra like lift, a boost to you once you fail. And it tells you that, hey, like this is going to happen, but you can't do anything thinking about failure. You do it thinking about winning. Mm-hmm. And once you do that, you'll always succeed.
Wow. Thank you.
You already kind of in this industry, well, not kind of, you are in this industry, and do you like still feel that excitement when you go to the stage or start writing new script and everything?
Good question.
Yeah, you say, do I still feel the excitement?
Yes.
Yes, I love it. I still get excited. Oh my gosh, I don't take anything for granted. I'm so appreciative, like showing humility and being grateful for the things that you do. A wise woman once told me, she said, be grateful for the little things, because the bigger things will come, right? So you have to be appreciative and don't take things for granted. I get excited. I mean, like Monday when I have to go back on set, Sunday I won't even be able to sleep because I'm so excited. I'm so excited to go out. Like, you have to live in it. You have to appreciate it. Like, these opportunities don't come often, so we have to take advantage of them.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, but don't you ever feel burnt out or just tired of it?
Yeah, I get moments like that. And it's natural. It's normal. So don't feel like you're the only one, like you're by yourself. It's normal to feel burnt out or by yourself. But you have to, once we reshape our mind and we think, because sometimes we just go. We don't really think about everything around us and how we got here and why we love it. Like when you think about those things, why do you love this? Why are you in it? How you got here? The steps that it took to get to this point, right? When you think about those, and you become more aware of like you being burnt out, and then you'll say to yourself, you'll be like, wow, this is an opportunity. Like this is everything I ever wanted. So I need to get up and change my mindset and know that I shouldn't feel burnt out about this. It's all in my imagination. The mind is a powerful thing. Like every morning we wake up, is always giving us these negative thoughts and these negative ideas. It's taking the positivity out of our spirit. So we have to really remind ourselves of how we got here and why we're here and why we love what we're doing. And once you think about that, you'll start to see like, gosh, I shouldn't feel this way. This is a great opportunity. I don't have to be here. I could be working down the street or, you know, up there. I can be cutting trees or something, like, you know.
Yeah. Wow.
It's other people that would love to be in your shoes.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. That was really moving. Vernon, you shared such a wealth of knowledge, and passion is contagious. And we wish you best of luck in this new path that this new endeavor. And we have no doubt we're gonna see you in some major blockbusters very soon. So we're excited about your movies. Thank you so much for sharing about your path. So guys, I think we're gonna give a round of applause to Vernon. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate your time.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
It was a pleasure meeting you, and it was a pleasure learning from you.
Oh, thank you so much.